have been a carnivore for 105 days. There are some unintended benefits of the carnivore diet. It's like I felt like I was just tunnel vision, like I just want to heal my eczema. I had sugar. Oh my gosh. Are you one of the few? This is the channel for you. And if you are new here, because since my last video, there's been an influx of subscribers, welcome to the few. My name is Victoria and I make carnivore and eczema related content. So I really want to create community and camaraderie among us as somebody who's had eczema her entire life, but not really known people in real life that have eczema. I always felt like I'm just one of the few people in the world that are suffering, but we realize there's a lot of us that silently suffer. So please, if you are new, first give it a thumbs up and share your story down below. We all want to hear. Anyway, moving on. I am 90 days. No, I'm not 90 days. I'm past 90 days. I'm 105 days into my carnivore journey. I can't even believe it. When I hit day 100, it was like the 100th day of school. It was like such a celebration for me. I had a big steak and I was just like, wow, I can't believe I've done this for this amount of time. And I'll probably talk about it later, but there are some unintended benefits of the carnivore diet. It's like I felt like I was just tunnel vision, like I just want to heal my eczema. But honestly, it's done so much more for me. Let me tell you guys about it. I had sugar. Oh my gosh. I didn't have a lot of sugar, but I did have sugar. And I was a little bit disappointed that I did it because why? I wanted to be one of those people that could be like, I've just been perfect the whole time, but it wasn't gonna happen. So yesterday, the day before, I was making Christmas crack, or that bark, it's got like the saltine cracker and it's like toffee with the chocolate. I think I'm gonna put a little video or picture. Oh my gosh, so good. I've been baking nonstop for Christmas, and it doesn't really seem to affect me. I still enjoy baking and giving to my friends and family in small doses. But something about the Christmas crack, just that salty, crunchy. I notice as a carnivore, I'm always craving a crunch. It's always a texture or the gummy texture. It's not even so much the sweetness of things that I miss. It's that crunch. And I really need to make a lot of replacements for myself that satisfy that texture craving. That's what it is, more so than a taste craving. So anyway, yesterday it wasn't working out as I was making it. So then, I don't know, I just got frustrated. I'm like, let me just taste it. And I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So what I tend to do is I taste and spit, okay? We taste it and we spit it out. That is what I've been doing just if I make a new cookie, or, I still want to taste things so that I know like what things taste like when I'm making it for people. And somehow I've had the discipline to be able to spit it out. I know maybe I'm absorbing micro amounts of sugar. It's okay. Like, we don't need to call the carnivore police. It's not that deep for me. So yesterday, in total, I probably had, half like this much. But that's pure sugar, pure chocolate, pure everything. It's not like would have gotten less if I took a bite of bread. A lot of sugar. And immediately I felt great. I felt that like rush. I know my blood sugar rose 100%, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I felt very happy for, I would say, about 45 minutes. It didn't keep me up at night. I was concerned because it was at night. Yeah, it was yesterday. It was at night, and it didn't keep me up. So that was good. I was itchy. I was definitely itchy for, I would say, about 30 minutes. And I don't know if it was like a mental itch or if it was a real itch, but I definitely felt itchy. And this morning, I woke up with this baby right on my forehead. I don't really get pimples except like a hormonal pimple once a month. It's not that time. So this is because of the Christmas crack. And you know what? It's fine. I learned my lesson, but skin-wise, my skin still does look good. I could see how if obviously I kept eating that way, we'd start to have problems, but it's fine. I don't have any cravings this morning. Like, I'm over it. I just wanted to try. So that's what happened there. But anyway, let's talk about surviving Christmas, because Christmas and carnivore, I don't think that they don't align with one another. Like, There's going to be so many different things, and something about when I crossed over the 90-day point, and maybe this is something that if you have been doing this for a long time, you can let me know down below. You kind of feel a bit more invincible, so more willing to try the odd thing because I don't feel like I'm going to go back, down that path. And I could see how that's exactly how you get back down that path, because you're thinking like, no, I'm not, like, I'm invincible. I've been doing this for this period of time, right? I was very, very strict about how I was eating. And then I would say in the last 2 weeks, I would try something here and there, only a bite. Like whether it's, I'd try a little bit of avocado or I try a little bit of blueberry, like, that kind of thing. I still eat 99.9% carnivore, but I could see how someone, if they're not careful, it could lead them back to just eating regular diet. I know for myself, I have to keep reminding myself, Victoria, you will not look like this if you try to eat all of those things. And I have to put that in my mind, because the longer you are healthy, you forget how unhealthy you were. And you just think, So what I decided, this is me, this is how we're surviving Christmas, okay? And this is what I would recommend if you're a carnivore or if you've just started this diet to heal your skin, okay? You need to make up in your mind from here on, Christmas, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. You can do it one of two ways. Either you can choose the 1-day method, take your risk, or you could say, we're not doing it this Christmas, and you are going to provide yourself with everything that you want to eat at Christmas, and that's going to be that. But you have to make up your mind in general. You need to picture yourself at your family thing, whatever, with the spread of everything, and picture yourself just picking your steak, just picking your chorizo, just picking your eggs, just picking your bacon, whatever the case is. That's what you got to do, okay? You need to decide it in advance, visualize it in advance, and then on December 25th, 24th, whenever the Christmas party is, you're going to do that thing. So that's one method. Another method is you could just say, we're going to have a cheat day. We're going to have a cheat day, but it's only going to be a cheat day. Now, this is a risky business one, really, really, really risky business, because sugar cravings are real. And so just know you will not feel good. And then the next day you're going to have to really grind it out. I'm sure some people though could do that. And sometimes people need to try the other food to feel so bad to allow them to continue to feel good, because maybe you feel like you're missing out, right? So those are my thoughts in terms of Christmas and how I plan on surviving. I'm gonna make myself some roast beef. I'm gonna get myself extra like pepperoni sticks. I already bought myself, a nice charcuterie board, like all the stuff for a charcuterie board, so that as people are, have things to eat, I'm gonna make my brown butter bites, all those things for myself, so that I have something to nibble on at Christmas time, so I don't feel like I'm missing out. And like I said earlier, that texture, I'm gonna make sure that I hit all the textures, because that is what I seem to be wanting. I want different textures. Let me know. Is it textures for you, or are you just like, no, give me the sugar? All right, so here's my health update, how I'm doing, how my skin and everything is doing. So I still got the elephanty look, but no broken skin and no inflammation. So that's been amazing. I mean, I think since my last hormonal flare, my skin has just gotten better and better. My complexion is evening out so beautifully. I feel like I'm aging backwards. Good guys, I'm gonna be 40 in February. And I mean, people have always said like, you don't look your age. And I'm like, well, I think we're our toughest critic as women, especially. So to me, I'd be like, okay, whatever. But now as I'm looking in the mirror, I'm starting to see it with my own eyes. I'm like, no, like I'm actually looking younger and younger. It's actually kind of creeping me out how much younger I'm starting to look. So goodness, if you do carnivore for anything, even that as anybody, we're all trying to fight aging here. So that has been something that I just noticed each day. My skin is getting like more taut. There's a beautiful glow, and I'm not even using the products that like would cause a glow like I used to. So it's just a genuine natural glow. I have like this hyperpigmentation is beginning to fade. I knew it would finally from that spot all under my eyes. It's definitely like, it used to be more crack-a-lacking, but now so this skin, like, I don't know if you could see, like how when I smile, like this is all thin skin. This isn't necessarily aging, but it has made me look old, but it used to be way worse than this. And of course, there's nothing wrong with this. If you're older, God bless you. Like this one day I'll earn this, but I'm just saying this is just a result of the eczema. It would make all of the area around my eyes very, very thin and crepey. I have found that even the hyperpigmentation on my eyelids has gone down, like just in general, I'm becoming more one color, which is really exciting from a skin standpoint. My skin is very smooth. I used to have to do so many different, like I'd have to apply lotion like 20 times a day. I have a humidifier in my room. That's something that I use, but the last couple nights I haven't put it on. I'm not waking up dry. Like my skin is finally, it's turning over. I can tell that the needle is moving, something is happening, and it's a slow process, but it's a process, not all the same. Something that I have noticed is I still feel itchy. I think a lot of it is habit scratch. I have some videos where I talk about that, but I still feel itchy. It's not, yes, I still feel itchy, but it doesn't turn to inflammation, right? But I still, like sometimes in my, right here, I'll be scratching and I think I'm looking for the scratch as well. I've been a chronic scratcher for like all my life. So I think as that cycle is breaking, but my brain still wants to scratch. Sometimes when I try to look for the scratch, it's not there. Like if you press hard, only a fellow eczema warrior, but if you do that, if you press hard enough, you'll hit the scratch and then something in your brain is like, oh my gosh. So I am noticing some spots, I'm not getting that anymore, but I still get itchy, but it just doesn't leave any damage. So grateful for that. Okay, so other elements of my health that I'm like, I didn't expect. I mean, yeah, my weight is great. I have lost, I think in total 18 pounds. It seems like it's kind of leveling out now, my weight, which is wonderful. And I have noticed that I don't really have like that inflammation. I don't wake up with swollen eyes like I used to. My dry eyes are gone. You know, what else? My hair is doing really well. I get way less shedding than I ever used. Like I usually shed. I have naturally like a thinner hair texture, but I don't get very much shedding. My hair feels much more full since going on the carnivore diet, which was pretty exciting. The first, I would say, month and a half of carnivore, my hair didn't shed at all, which I thought was like bizarre. They do say that maybe like that switch as your body was switching from being carb adapted to fat adapted, like it's almost like your body pauses and then just focuses on digestion and healing and then goes back to its regular cycle. So sometimes that's what can happen. So I did notice that at first I was getting zero shedding. I was so excited. I thought that was going to be my life. And then I started to get shedding again, but just normal, like actually not even normal, less than I used to. So that's really exciting, I would say. Something I told you guys about in my video, what was it on? My carnivore scare, is just some issues with my chest. And so I was telling you guys how it had to do with my electrolytes. And I have bumped up my electrolytes, and usually sometimes I still kind of forget to take my electrolytes, or I kind of play around with it and then it will come back. I woke up maybe 4 nights ago and I kind of could feel a little bit of like spasming just in this area. So that's something that I have been noticing. That's kind of a negative if I don't take my electrolytes. I just need to be on top of it. Something else that I've noticed that is that sometimes I do find around here a little bit of like joint inflammation or pain. I don't think that's because of the diet. There's something called oxalate dumping that is a possibility. When, I don't know if I even spoke about it in my other videos, but when I first started carnivore, I said that funny, carnivore. I did find that like my knees, my joints, like there was like, it was weird. Like they were sore or I felt funny. Like it just, yeah, I felt funny, but that went away. But I do feel like it's kind of left here. I needed this one to go away when I'm driving. And this could be something totally unrelated to carnivore. I don't know. Another interesting thing that has been happening, I would say in the last like 2 weeks on this diet is my appetite has greatly increased, which is a bit disappointing because being a carnivore, not that it's like, I don't think it's more expensive than eating a sad diet, but it is pricey. So then to have an increase in appetite, it's an increase in cost, right? And I've mentioned many times before, I don't really want to lose my video cut. Shoot. I probably could afford to eat a little bit less, and I could lose weight if I really wanted, but it's just not, hasn't been my desire. So then I need to eat more. So I'm finding myself needing to eat relatively 3 meals or 2 large meals and a couple snacks. Something I like to snack on, like pork rinds. That's probably my favorite snack, or bacon. Those seem to be pretty effective. I'll like dip my pork rinds in butter. That sounds like a heart attack, but anyway. So yeah, my appetite has definitely increased since, sorry, going for the last couple of weeks, and I just have to figure that out. In terms of my supplements, I was always taking vitamin D, but I moved into this vitamin D. It's vitamin D3 and K2. It is plant-based. Like there's gonna be like traces of plant in this, but I mean, it's like on a small scale. I'm not a carnivore Nazi, you know, I'm not like, oh my gosh, anything plant is gonna kill me. Overall, I'm not gonna eat large portions of those things, but if it's in my supplements, but it's gonna give me a benefit, then I'll take it. So this is the Nutrition Double N vitamin 3 and K2. You need that. You need the two to sort of help with absorption. I also take iodine because we know our soil and all of that sucks, and they say that it's a good thing. Plus it's, so potassium iodine liquid. I knew that my potassium was also low when I was getting those chest issues. So this is kind of helps as well with electrolytes. And really what cured all my issues was this magnesium biglycinate. I was only taking one at first. Now I take 3 per capsule. Oh my gosh, I don't, oh, it's like 200 mg of the magnesium biglycinate. I take 3 capsules a day. This also keeps you using the washroom. So that's kind of my health update, what I'm doing as it stands. I drink about 1 Stanley or Stanley and a half of water per day. And I drink 1 coffee every day. I still have my carnivore coffee, so I put in maybe like 2 to 3 tablespoons of melted butter and half a teaspoon of salt and 3 scoops of collagen powder. So my coffee each morning it's got its calories, that's for sure. Calories are such a joke though. Like when I calculate my calories, I'm like, if I were to consume this amount of calories in a non-carnivorous way, I would be overweight. It's just interesting. There was one day I ate 3,000 calories, and the next morning then I was less. I'm like, this would never happen with pasta, I'll tell you that much. So that's pretty awesome. So if you're considering going carnivore, you know, honestly, don't worry about calories. Don't worry about like how much you're eating. Don't focus on that at all. Eat until you're full and enjoy, because the needle will move, especially initially. And then maybe you'll have to adjust. People can, of course, gain weight on carnivore, but it just hasn't seemed to be an issue for me thus far. And I tell people all the time, I'm like, this is the easiest diet I have ever done. Because I've done no sugar before. And when I've done no sugar, all I'm thinking about is how I want to have sugar. It's like I have to white knuckle it to not have the sugar. It feels like it's more discipline on my part, but something about being fat adapted and going into ketosis, my body is running on a different machine here. Like, this is not, other than my little carnivore, or not carnivore crack, my little Christmas crack situation yesterday. But even the fact that this morning I've woken up and I'm just like, yeah, I won't be having that again. That would not happen before. If I were to quit like sugar for like 3 months and then I go and have, a piece of something, it would have turned into a binge of something. And then the next day, well, that's the end of my diet, right? Whereas today I feel fine. I'm ready to continue. I had a little bit and I felt like that was enough yesterday, and I'm just going to keep it pushing. So I don't know if that's just a me thing or it's the carnivore thing, but I think that's amazing. I have spoken about emotions so much, and just meant the mental clarity, and just, you just feel like a whole different person. I would love to hear if there's other people who have felt that way. Like I said, I did carnivore because of my skin. I have had eczema my entire life. In one of my next videos, I'm going to be posting basically an interview that I did with another YouTuber to share my story. And I went into even more depth. I don't know if you guys watched my video with Dave Mack. You can click here for it. But I go into even more detail. So I'm going to post that in my next video. Watch out for that. And you'll just see like how the carnivore diet has just healed me in so many ways, but namely my skin, that was the focus. But there are so many other ways that you can heal, and it's healing people of like everything. So I've definitely become a huge advocate for this diet, and it's just, I mean, it's changed my life. It's literally changed my life. It's changed the person I am and I am becoming. And who knew a diet could do that? At 105 days, I don't foresee myself stopping, that's for sure. I've thought about what I could bring back in, what not. The days that I eat avocado, I always notice that I'm more hungry than usual. I might have said that in another video. So I would say when I'm strictly carnivore, I am the most satiated, which is remarkable, because you just think like, oh, you need more food to be satiated, but you don't. It's really the fats, especially those healthy fats, meat, fat, that you need. And oh, okay, I also found out that I found not a bakery. Well, they are a bakery, but it's an Egyptian place in Mississauga, if you're in the Toronto area. It's called Masari, and they have a bakery that it's not a bakery, it's a coffee shop and a butcher. It's like the carnivore dream. You go for your coffee and then you shop for your meat. But they have wonderful cuts of grass-fed meat, and it is also very well priced. I got a few steaks from there last week. So if you happen to be like in the Toronto area and you're just looking for a local butcher, go check out the Local in Mississauga. Very good meat. I also tried something called the chuck steak. Is it a chuck steak? They call it poor man's steak. It's actually not bad at all. It's a little bit chewier than like your regular rib eye chuck rib steak, was it? Yeah. However, the next day I cooked it pretty much meaty, like rare, medium rare. And the next day I just sliced it real thin and ate it cold. What? That was so good. So I think I would prefer the chuck steak cold or thinly cut, as opposed to like hot on the first day, but it's a really good like second day food. So anyway, there's my little thing. I'm gonna start posting my recipes and things that I'm making on my YouTube shorts, so look out for that. And once again, thank you guys so much for joining. Make sure you hit subscribe. I know a lot of new people are starting to watch. Subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. I know when people hear this, it just goes through one ear and out the other, because literally I feel like every YouTuber says it, but you know what? Please, guys, it actually makes a difference. For some reason, Sometimes you can subscribe and it will not filter you my video. I don't know why YouTube is like this, but the whole point of subscribing is so that you can get the content that you've subscribed to. So that would be helpful to me if you could just hit the notification bell. And until next time, drink water, eat meat, and have yourself a merry little Christmas.